Hey beauties, I'm here thinking how, sometimes many of us, we have the audacity, and I have to say it that way. I'm sorry, I do have to say it that way. How many of us, we have the audacity to put our personal prejudices, biases, feelings, and try to make it gospel. I'm here thinking how we talk about, we put down our black people a lot, but we don't look at the positive side. For example, let me give it, and I'm going to use something that may seem frivolous, but it's not frivolous, it's not weightless, it's not baseless. So you'll see, for example, a black man who has made it in life, he's wealthy, and he wants to treat himself or his spouse, his girlfriend, wife, whatnot, and he will buy the bling, the expensive, gold chain, platinum, and something that is of worth, diamonds and emeralds and rubies that the Bible speaks about, and so on. And you'll see him with a coil of money, and he will buy it. And then when you look at the comments, you say shake my head, sigh. People are praising money, and then they go broke when they're older, and all the negative vitriolic comments that you can think of. Let me ask this question. The people who make the jewelry, they want to earn a living too, right? So if other races are not buying it, let us say hypothetically that other races, since our ethnic groups are not buying it, somebody has to support them so that they too can live. Each one reaches one. So if you are a jeweler and you're making jewelry and nobody's buying it, what use will your jewels have? Somebody has to buy it. Somebody has to buy it. For me, as long as you're not living above your means, you're not putting yourself at the stakes or at the stake, in terms of makeup, you'll complain, oh, people wearing makeup, they can't show their true selves, or they have on this makeup or too much makeup and whatnot. Then if the people who make the makeup and nobody buys them, how will they survive? Because not everyone is going to do a 9 to 5. God gave man, as when I say man and woman, gifts so that they can explore their gifts. He says he gives you the power to get wealth. So some people will make makeup, they will make jewelry, shoes, clothes, and all of that. And we complain when the black man supports it. We have a very vivacious spirit that God has imparted in the black man and the black woman. It doesn't matter which country you come from. We like looking good and we like smelling good. We are very clean, so we like to look good. For me, as long as you're not living above your means, as long as your expenses are not superseding your income, your earnings, and your investing / saving, you're fine. You're fine. I think what's his name there was saying that, say people, like him was saying, stay there. You think that I'm wasting my money? I'm not. Like, he has quite a number of cars and jewelry and so on. That's what he likes, those things. That boxer, that 15 not out. Middleweight boxer, I think he is. I'm seeing his name, Lord, I can't call it right now. But Mayweather. Something another Mayweather or something like that, or Fairweather, I don't remember. Forgive me, people, I'm really bad with names. I need to work on that, right? And he says, I have my savings and investments. Like he said, I'm not an idiot. But he has his income supersedes his expenses by leaps and bounds, according to what he would have promulgated. So he's able to use his excess and buy these nice things. Leave people alone. Somebody has to like the jewelry. Somebody has to support the jeweler. Somebody has to support the makeup, the person who manufactures and makes the makeup. Somebody has to support the person who makes the clothes. Can you imagine them making all these things and nobody's buying from them? I think we're not using our emotional intelligence in a right way, or in a wise way, or in a fair and just way. Sometimes our comments, when we look at the foundation, it is hinged on bad mind, or hinged on malicious envy or malignant jealousy. I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that anyone should live above their means. No. And you have to understand that slavery has shafted us as well, yes, and caused many black people to have bad minds and to be bad-minded. Yes, I will, but I'm saying that, and it's going to take years for that to be erased, because it's systemic, it's a part of us. But don't take away from us a little joy that we can get. We can't just watch other ethnic groups enjoy every little thing above us. So if we are the type where we like to look good, smell good, and we're the best of the best, leave us. What I will say is that we need to create a balance. It's like anything in life, balanced Christianity, balanced living, how you deal with it in a balanced way. So you don't live above your means, you live below your means. Some may say within your means. Ensure that you have investments and savings that you leave back for a rainy day. Ensure that you leave some, for contingency. Something may suddenly come up. But leave the people if them have extra. Why then? Okay, so you don't buy anything you don't. You get old and then you die. You never get an opportunity to even enjoy getting some of the things. Does that make any sense? Since you only have one life, does that make any sense, anybody? We're not going to carry it with us. So while I'm here, let me enjoy it. When I say me, I'm talking for everyone. So balance your conversations. Don't make it seem as if, boy, everything with black people is awful. We're gifted people. It's just that unfortunately, slavery has damaged us. Made many black men and women narcissistic, abusive, poor, indigent. Didn't understand how to save, didn't know how to read and write, don't know how to use emotional intelligence. It's going to take time to increase this 1%, of black people being wealthy. It's going to take time. Give us some time for those who are willing. Those who are not, then when they make thing, that is it. No, that's it. But we have to be careful of how we promulgate our messages. That we have to check our motive, check what the foundation, if it's hinged on bad mind, aka malicious or malignant jealousy and envy. And then we try to make it sound good. It's like using the scriptures. You know that you don't like somebody and you want to give in to the feeling of not liking them. You're trying to find scripture. Plead my cause, O Lord, with those that fight against them. Kill them out. I will try. Say scripture there. Scripture said, no. Remember, Jesus said, you have heard an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth sort of a situation. But I tell you, you're no different from the heathen when you love your own. Because down to the heathen. Remember Pharaoh when he lost his one son? He was a wicked man, but he loved his son. When that was the 10th plague of all the firstborns. Right? He loved his son. So not care them with them could have worshipped Satan. Them and Satan could have neck down the flank. Right? They still love somebody. At least one human being they love in their lives. So you're no different from that person. The difference comes when you can put your feelings aside and say, God, I honor you above my feelings. I'm going to do good to the person who has done me wrong. I'm going to love them and forgive them. Sometimes you may need time. There are people who have hurt me and I need time. It doesn't mean that I'm going to harbor hatred and malice and hate and so on and resentment and bitterness. No, because it's going to prove fruitless for me. Right? But sometimes it's just like if you get a dagger cut or your leg is broken. It takes time to heal. Physically, it's the same with emotional pain or psychological pain. It takes time to heal, but you have to just put yourself, you use the medication or you use the thing to cover, to dress the cut or whatnot, to cover it. And, so you're making strides to be healed. Physically, it's the same. You make strides emotionally, psychologically to be healed. Right? Good. So I'm saying to you, beautiful people, when you're talking as it relates to our black people especially, don't kill them when you see them spend their money and buy a nice gold chain or diamonds, and somebody has to buy it. Somebody has to support the jewelers. They would be making their things in vain. And I'm not saying we're the only groups that do it. I'm just giving an example. Since they always quarrel with the black man or the black woman, the only thing what you say to them is that enjoy it. Buy your nice this and your nice that. Just ensure that you create a balance. So you earn some monies, you say to them 10 or 15% for your tithe and offering, 10 to 15% you save, put some away for contingency, give to some people, and spend the rest. Balanced. That's balanced. You don't just sit down and bank everything. Being too mean or too so-called, you're being that's not prudence. That's not, and that is not stewardship really. By hoarding and saving. It reminds me of somebody tell me of a lady who had wealthy, had a whole heap of food, and somebody said share some with people who are in need, and she chose not to. God just allow the whole of the tin things and whatever to burst up, spoil or whatever it is. Create a balance. So you tithe, you give offering. You save a percentage. Give to people and give to the best of your ability. Don't give in a stingy way, or sparingly. Don't do it. And then you save some for contingency and spend or enjoy yourself. No, sir. That's why a lot of people are unhappy, because we don't create balance. We don't create balance. And incidentally, I remember years ago I went to a seminar of somebody who is excellent on financial management. And the person said, buy expensive clothes. Not too expensive, especially. Because you might gain weight or lose weight and then it may not serve you any purpose. But don't buy cheap things or cheap clothing, shoes, whatever, apparel and things. Because as Jamaicans would say, the cheapest can become the dearest. So you buy a $2,000 shoes before you even walk off, it mash up. If you buy back another, it mash up. So let's balance, with fairness and justice. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel.